Okay, so we're going to look at number 24 on your homework tonight. It says that the family made 15/16 of a pound of confetti for a fiesta celebration in San Antonio. They used 1/4 pound to make confetti-filled eggs. How much confetti is left to use for next year? Okay, so we know that they made this much and then they're going to use this much, and we want to figure out how much they had left. So we know in math that means that we're going to take our total that they had, we're going to subtract the part they used, and we're going to figure out how much they had left over. We know with fractions we can't do anything unless we have a common denominator. So our first job is to figure out what is our common denominator. We've learned this week that in order for us to figure out what our common denominator is, that we can actually skip count by each denominator. So if we skip count by each one of these denominators, we're going to end up with a common denominator of 16. Because this denominator was already 16, I don't have to change my numerator. It can stay a 15. However, this 4, I had to change it to a 16 to make it a common denominator. So that would be 1, 2, 3, 4 times. So this would be times 4. That means that this is going to become 4. Because this would be, sorry, I know that looks a little messy, so times 4. Okay, so that would be times 4. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to say, okay, now I have a common denominator. They actually use 4/16. I converted 1/4 into 4/16. Then I'm ready to subtract. So 15 minus 4, that's going to be 11/16. Okay, so how much of this are they going to have next year to use for the celebration? They're going to have 11/16 of their confetti left to use next year.